Hey guys, good morning, guys, good morning. Look, I know I'm a little bit behind schedule, but I just came here to be your cheerleader this morning. I'm looking at the squirrels in the tree, but I hope y'all having a lovely day. That you got up today with focus, being focused. Starting your day with a positive mindset. You know, Hopefully that's how you get up in your morning. Sometimes things will carry over from the night into the morning, which means that if you're getting up thinking about what happened yesterday, whether it was bad, it could be something that happened unexpectedly, and I can understand that today you may be getting up with a lot on your mind. But if you're not getting up, you should get up in the morning with your mind being refreshed, renewed, and strengthened, because a lot of things happen within a day. Things change the courses of our life, but if we get up with a positive mindset, thinking positive, having a positive thought, then you can make it through the day. And so what I mean by a positive thought, so like when I got up this morning, I just thought about, I'm grateful for just being able to get up and go on this run, to start my new day, to start another day, to be refreshed. That was my positive thought. I'm grateful for getting up, going on a light run. So that's what you need to be thinking about. Just being grateful. Think about 3 things that you're grateful for. Me, I was able to get up. I'm getting ready to do a run this morning. And then the next thing that I'm going to do is take care of some things that I have to take care of for today, because I am working on a smaller project. But I'm grateful that I can get up and do all of that, right? So today is a good day. Today, oh, excuse me. I'm so sorry. So today is a good day, and I always try to think about positive things. Though people will call you and tell you some negative stuff, I try to stay away from people like that. I was talking to one of my friends yesterday, and we were talking about this here. Listen, she says, I'm learning to stay out of people's business. And I was like, wow, I never thought of you being a person that was in somebody's business. And she says, well, not completely, not where I'm calling to, gossip, or calling to just get information. She says, I certain times interject myself and try to give people advice, because she's a counselor, right? So she went to school to be a counselor, and I was like, really? I was like, I never thought of you, I thought you only gave advice when was needed, right? And she says, no, she was talking about her family. She said, so I've learned to, like, if they're saying stuff, I'm not trying to give them advice to go into a different direction, because people are going to make decisions based upon what they want to do. And that's so true. Sometimes you have to refrain from that. Sometimes you have to refrain from trying to help people out. And I told her, I said, wow, I had a situation earlier in the week, and I was talking to my family member, and I was telling them about taking a different approach in life, taking a different approach with people. And so because they begin to give me what they have done so far, and I said, no. I said, no, you need to take a different approach. And so I started to interject myself, and when she said that, I said, you know what, I've done that before, so let me not always give my advice, because sometimes when you're trying to do good, it ends up turning against you, turning on you, meaning that people will not receive it, or people will try to tell you, no, that's not it, trying to explain themselves, and then you'll go into a conversation, and the conversation will take 10 or 20 minutes longer than what was expected. So my positive thought today is to I don't know what it is. Not mind your business, but make sure that people are asking you for your positivity or good instructions, because sometimes you're wasting time even talking to people, and you learn that after a while, I guess, or you can learn it at an early age. So just make sure that you're just doing self-care, self-check, so you won't get into these conversations that end up going long, drawn out, and taking your time away. So hey, make sure you're being impactful to people. You're encouraging in a way where it's not taking 20 or 30 minutes. You can get up, you know. Yesterday I went somewhere, and they asked me to get up and speak. And one thing that I like, no, I don't want to get up and speak. And so I was listening to everybody else talk and listen to everybody else say, positive things. You had, a couple of people that got up and said some things that were negative. Good morning, and I'm doing well. Good morning. So, you had a couple of people that got up and said some things. But one thing that I heard one person say, he said, this is a great person. And what makes this person great? And they begin to talk about, point out the great qualities in some of the people that were there. And I thought that was very impressive, because they didn't make the whole the whole speech about them and blah, blah, blah. They actually pointed people out and their qualities that are good. So this is what I'm going to tell you, that don't take a lot of time trying to change people's mindset. Point out what they're good at, so they can help themselves know that, hey, this here, I have a good quality in this. They recognize that they're an encourager. They recognize that they can draw real good, and inspire them to do other things with what they're gifted at. So I love the fact that the three speakers that were talking, that did not get up and make a whole lot of time and spend a whole lot of time about themselves. They spent a whole lot of time in talking about other people and saying, hey, this person is great. Well, one of the speakers did. One of the speakers did. And I know I'm kind of going on, but overall, today, start your day with a positive thought, and I think that'll carry you throughout the day. And my positive thought was that I'm grateful that I'm able to get up and go and run. That's a positive thinking. Just be grateful for some things. Sometimes you can look at yourself and not love you within you, or love who your appearance and who you are. But if you take little bitty things and say, hey, I love my hands. My hands are beautiful. I love my eyes. My eyes are beautiful. I love the way my nose is, my feet. Just take little things and begin to love them. Love yourself first. Love on you first, and then you can help others and be impactful to others. I hope that helped. I know I was kind of babbling on a little bit earlier, but hey, guys, sorry. I'm just enjoying my day and enjoying my moment and being refreshed. I'll be back a little later. I have a lot to do on my plate today, so I'm going to do my run, and hopefully maybe later tonight I'll come on and share some other things with you guys. All right, y'all have a good day. Enjoy your day. Be positive, be impactful, show somebody a love, be generous today. I found, let me say this here. I was very generous the other day with someone, just to buy them lunch. And they were just so delighted about it. They were just like so happy, and they were just so grateful that I was able to, I bought their lunch, and it was unexpected. And sometimes you have to do those unexpected things. Be generous to someone today. It'll make you feel good, because you're being impactful for somebody else. Okay, guys. Thank you. Good morning, and y'all have a wonderful day.